We're live. We're live, and I'm still sending emails. Yes, we are live. How you doing, guys? Let me get the chat out here real quick. Just like that, I can look at what everybody's saying, and we have Tuga RC. How you doing, bud? Pop out chat. I did send everybody an email, and yes, I do still have a cold. I can't shake it off, but heck, that won't stop me from talking to you guys tonight. So, without further ado, welcome, Scottzilla RC. I did send you an email. I sent a whole bunch of people email, and I'm gonna copy the link and put it here in the chat. So if anybody wants to join in, they can just click on that link and actually join in. And I got my drink ready in case I start coughing. And we'll be waiting for some people to come on board. I don't know if you guys have noticed that there is something new that came out today from Traxxas, which is new but old. But it should be interesting to actually have and actually build. So we'll go through that in a little bit. Let me find the link. Let's go to Traxxas.com. Traxxas is now shipping to Canada. Great. And let's see if I can find a thingamajig that's new. New color for the Ultimate RC. That's not it. There it is. Let me share the screen real quick. Hey, RC Master, how you doing? This is what's new with the Traxxas. The Traxxas Stampede 4x4 unassembled kit. Now, this kit, it's a fun kit, but I've actually modified it. I used the shorter post from Proline to actually bring the body down because I just find the bodies way too high. So I'm not sure. I don't think your mic's working, Scottzilla.
Oh, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I hear you. Okay.
In the middle of coming in, I guess I didn't hear you.
Okay. So $399.51 Canadian. That's what the kit is worth. So it's probably $250 or $275 US. So $399.51 Canadian. That's what the kit is worth. Somebody has their audio open. $275 US. So $399.51 Canadian. That's what the kit is worth. Has their audio. I muted your microphone because you still have the other microphone open, the other stream. Happy Thursday. Hey, how you doing? Hey, John. If you want to come in, let me know. I can send you a quick email or scroll up. There's a Zoom meeting invite on top if you want to jump in. The kit's been out. I know that they had another kit out, but this one, as far as I know, is a new kit. Actually, it was actually showed by on Facebook today from Squid RC. So, okay, your audio seems okay now.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Yeah. No problem. We've all done it once or twice before. Mm-hmm. So Stigo D says this kit has been out for a while. It's the first I hear of it, so I have no idea, but I saw this today and I said, this is cool. And I know Traxxas came out with a few kits and some people like building. I'm not sure about the tires though. that's a step for that for sure. I like better the Stampede, the other Stampede tires that came with mine. Stampede is almost like the Slash, but it's a little shorter wheelbase. But it's a fun truck. It's a wheelie machine. It's a fun little truck. So what's all good with you guys? Scott, you've been racing?
No, I'm supposed to race this weekend, but don't know if it's going to dry up enough.
Okay.
So don't know if that's
It's
going to happen. It's been cold and wet. I know I sound like an idiot talking about cold and wet, but it has been below 50 degrees down here. And for us, that's freezing.
Yeah, we had about 3 or 4 inches of snow falling on us, and today it started snowing again. We're expecting another 2 inches. So we've been having a lot of snow here. It's way too early in the year. It's actually a month too early to get snow here.
Yeah, I thought it was a little cold for us early as well.
Mm-hmm.
It's hardly any time around here we can actually get our leather jackets out, and it's already that time of the year.
Oh, yeah. Let me just send an email to a couple people here. A message.
Hey, what's up, everyone?
Hey, Sean.
Hey, Sean.
Oh, another thing from Kraken RC. Kraken RC, I guess, are not going to be coming out with the Striker.
Well, they're not. Well, did they not get enough interest?
Yeah, their fundraiser did not raise enough money, so they reimbursed everybody. So I did receive an email, and I did get my money back from the fundraiser because they didn't raise enough.
Oh, wow.
So it's kind of sad.
So their plan was basically to get enough money so they can build a car, or what was it?
That's correct. They were trying to get money to finance the build because I guess it costs so much money to get all the manufacturing done, to get stamped, and to get all the product done. So they need a minimum order to get things going. And they did not achieve that number. So now they just canceled everything. They did not get enough interest. So
That's crazy, isn't it?
yep.
Well, who else has seen the what was it? The video about the new Arma, the teaser video.
What, you mean the dust cloud?
Yeah.
The dust cloud. I haven't looked at it.
I overslept, but I'm glad I didn't set an alarm because I didn't miss anything.
Yeah, you didn't. Freaking they sent out a video with dust cloud.
Not even a hint.
Yeah, well, I see some people slow the video way down and take a screenshot of the video.
I managed to pause that at the right moment, and I was just looking at it. For the way it looks in the shade, to me, it just looks like an Outcast or a Kraton.
Well, that's what everybody's saying. It's an oversized Kraton. It's a 1/8 Kraton or something.
But I could be wrong.
Yeah. I think they're just playing tricks and fooling everybody. You know?
Mm.
I mean, I understand trying to build up hype, but come on, throw us a bone. At least show us a wheel or something.
There might be a second one or something, aren't there? Meant to be the second video or something.
Next time they will show you a nut.
Yeah.
And that when did they come out with the Capra ready to run? Tony actually mentioned that in the chat and saying since the Striker's gone, now you can get a Capra ready ready to run trail buggy. So the ready to run is going to come in the green or a orange or red. They call it a red one and a green one. And you have the one that Steve-O got, which is the kit.
Yeah, I didn't know they'd done a ready to run version.
Yeah. So now Axial came out with the version. Just hear from it. I guess I should listen to Tony more often or listen what he's got going on in conspiracy theories. Don't know.
John from Net Cruiser said today.
Ah, it was today.
Yeah. Same colors as the kit bomber stickers.
Oh yeah. Price different? I'm not sure. Anybody know the price difference? Well, here it says $4.99 for the ready to run and $3.29 for the kit version. So that's what's on the website right now. So $4.50 for the ready to run and $3.29 for the kit. So, anybody notice any news on the RC front or working on special projects?
No, doesn't seem like anybody's giving anything away, but, you know, so.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, me.
I've
go
worked on everything I have to work on. Now I'm just waiting on parts.
Okay.
And now I'm spending money on my computer.
Upgrading computers.
Yeah, just graphics card. And I still haven't bought a TV yet.
If you got a computer, you're good.
Yeah.
NetCruiser RC says it's $4.99 ready to run, and it has a light kit and dig in a 3-channel STX3. So, hey, Steve-O, you at home or still at the hospital?
Just got home today.
Ah, good thing.
Oh,
Yeah. Soon. I wasn't expecting it to get back this fast, but
Yeah, I saw that you were on 11 Charlie's on Monday night, and you were at the hospital.
yeah, that was when I was still feeling good from the pain pump.
The morphine was still good at that.
Yeah. Yeah, but it seemed like each day was getting worse. The pain's getting worse and worse, but they got me home, so see how it goes from here.
it's good to know that you're home.
Gotta love that magic red button, huh, Steve?
Yeah. They cut me off of it real quick. I must have been pushing it too many times.
So, Steve-O, you're saying that you think that picture was real now that you've seen the cloud of dust?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I think it looks something like what that picture would look like if you put a bunch of dust around it. Yeah.
I haven't seen that video yet. I'll have to look at that.
You guys think that the picture is good now, or think it's still something different?
I didn't catch that. You were blocked.
I said, do you think that it's going to be something different, or now that you've seen the video, something different than the picture?
I have not seen the video, so I cannot tell you.
The video was about long.
Where was the video leaked?
No, it was
Armor.
Armor released it themselves.
Okay, I'll go check it.
Yeah, it was like a 10-second video. You didn't miss much if you.
On Arma's
there's
Facebook or
one
their
usable
website?
frame where you can see the shadow of it. That's about it.
Arma's Facebook or website?
YouTube.
YouTube.
Okay.
Sean, are you building a new rig?
I'm building a new Komodo. Yeah.
Oh, what chassis?
The CTO, the one they just came out with. The brand new one. I tell you, there's one cool thing in it. Like, I don't know why more people don't do this. Like, see this piece right here? It's an actual box that they designed. I was able to get 3.5 grams of weight in there. Like,
nice.
So this cover will go on. And it's actually a box for holding weights.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so once I put this cover on in a few minutes, the cover will go on. It's actually a pretty cool. It's actually a pretty cool idea, like, you know. So I was actually able 3.5 grams. I got into that, like, you know. But actually, it's a really cool kit, like, so it is. A lot of differences from the last one. I like how when the body and all there's going to be no body posts. Like the body actually pins into the bumpers.
Uh-huh.
Which is pretty cool. So you'll have no posts sticking up, no body posts or nothing like that. So.
Is it Hex hardware or Phillips again?
No, it's actually all Hex hardware this time too. So
yeah, that's a bonus right there.
Yeah. It is, because the last time all the Phillips had were a pain in the ass. Some of them were ripping out and stripping and
trust me, I know. It's Mia kits. I got the MFU01 sound module, that a multi-function unit.
Yeah.
Night hauler. It came in.
Cool.
Sweet. Start building that soon.
Yeah, that's the next build.
How's your truck coming along, Tank?
It's still on the shelf. I got a hockey tournament this weekend with my son, so I'll probably do it next week at night. Keep going. I am working on my street rider right now, my street truck, which nobody knows about, with the TT01 platform. I'm just gonna finish that real quick because it shouldn't take me that long. But for this guy, spotlight video. So what I've done with this is I've actually cut it because I want the body to be as much as possible low, so kind of a low rider thing. And I had to move the shocks because the shocks are here at the back. They were in the way for the body because the body has to be like, it's really close to the front. So I built this tower brace in the front with the shocks. So that's all working now. And I've also cut underneath here. I've trimmed underneath here so I could get more suspension because this was almost straight. So this was almost straight like this. So now I'm getting at least a good almost ½ inch more lift from the front, so more travel suspension. So that should be kind of cool. Shocks are working okay, but my wheelbase is not good. So now I'm gonna have to cut the whole chassis in half. So I'm gonna be cutting it between the servo and the motor. Cut the servo in half and put a plate on the bottom. This is where I got stalled last week. Is my jigsaw broke. So I could not cut. I stopped cutting right there. So I got some new jigsaw blade. So this is the piece of metal I'm actually putting to support everything. So I didn't go with aluminum. I went with a metal one. So it's going to be stiffer since I did a lot of work in the front. So this is what's going to go underneath the frame and bolt it so I can hold both frames together.
Pretty thick. How thick of steel is that?
That one is I need my caliper to actually measure it. I think it's like it's even thinner than a 16th. A little thinner than a 16th, but thicker than a 32nd. Or it's about 1 millimeter thick, but it's pretty strong steel. Like there's no way I can actually bend this steel, but it's
sounds strong.
oh, it's strong. It's going to be good for what I need to do with it. I don't think I'll be jumping with it or anything because it is going to be just a rear wheel drive. Because low riders and on that year they didn't have 4x4, so it is not going to be 4x4, and it's going to be more of a low rider. I looked on the internet for the TT01 and how to mod the steering wheel to give me more angle. So I'm thinking maybe to get a drifter module and actually make a drifter with it. That would be kind of cool.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Yep.
You have a body kit for this thing?
Yeah, I already got a body for it, and if you stick around long enough after hour, I'll show it off again. A lot of people that's been here seen it.
Frank, would it not be simpler just for you to kind of grab the plastic chassis and kind of make that metal plate just the chassis itself?
I could if I just re-drill the holes at the right spot, because there is only 4 holes that actually holds the front for the diffs and all that. Yeah, you could, but it's way easier for me just to cut it in half and drill 4 or 6 holes and anywhere I want and just go through the plastic. Everything's there. I don't have the right machinery anyways to make sure the holes are exactly at the right position. I just work with my drill. If I had a CNC machine, if I had a CNC machine that could cut it and do it perfectly, yeah, I'd probably go that way. Or even get somebody to cut me a piece of aluminum, a little thicker aluminum. And I know they used to have an aluminum frame chassis upgrade for the TT01, but I've been looking for it. Everybody's discontinued, and the people that still have it, they want like $200 for the aluminum chassis conversion kit. It's more than the truck is worth, so it's not worth it. Take it to the skate park. I probably will, because you can have a lot of fun at the skate park without actually sending it. It's so neat at the skate park, especially when you're drifting and you're drifting up the ramp and you're coming down. And there's that other one there that kind of on the skate park, you always have like it looks like a volcano, but it's the 2 thing, and you just take the air and then you just land on the other side. It's really neat to actually do that.
Frank, I have sent.
Yeah. So
almost like a tabletop.
Yeah. So it's a fun thing to do with the RCs. That's for sure.
Not only that, but you can also drift it probably up the pipe there.
Yeah, the half pipe. So that would be fun. And it's always fun going there because my son actually has fun with his trike or his skateboard while I'm having fun with my RCs. And it's a crowd gatherer. Like all the kids and all that, they either run after it or they just have fun. It's a fun time at the skate park. It's called a spine. That's what some people are saying.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought he was talking to me.
Yeah, the one skate park by me, you would need to go at like 6 o'clock in the morning just to be able to get out of it.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of people that go there.
Yeah, it's crazy because it's a small little skate park, so it just gets jam packed.
Yeah, I've been to skate parks before also, and some kids are really mean. Like they tell you, get out of here. Like this is for skateboarding. Like relax. And like take your turn, and I'll go behind you. I'll go after you, or whatever. But some guys are just mean.
I just crash into them on the car and tell them what you mean.
Some people don't like sharing. I don't mind sharing.
Yeah.
I've been trying to share my wife. Nobody wants to share to have her. No, it's not. I'll keep that one for me. Oh yeah, YouTube. YouTube has decided that you either brand your YouTube channel kid friendly or not kid friendly. So what did you guys pick?
That's not the wording they used. They didn't use kid friendly. They said videos made for kids.
Yes.
I
Wasn't
picked
there a
no.
combination?
No. I read through a lot of that paperwork and I just said no, I don't make videos for kids.
Where are you supposed to fill it out? I got an email about it, but I didn't really read it.
I think it's coming up.
Next time you log on to your YouTube channel, next time you log on, you're going to have a thing on top that tells you that you need to pick. Or next time you go live, it's going to actually tell you need to pick what your standard's going to be. And because sometime I have RC chat or I'm talking, it could be for kids, but there's a lot of content that really can't be for kids. To me, it's they're saying 13 and younger. That's what they mean by kids.
Yeah.
So for my hobby and what I do with these trucks, you need to be a little bit older than 13. So I just said, no, it's not.
Even the boxes on the WO Toys says 14 plus.
Yeah.
You really want to be choosing no anyway, because if you choose it's made for kids, it turns off monetization, it turns off comments, it turns off all of the good stuff on YouTube, and then it's going to lock it down to protect the children from all kinds of tracking and stuff. So really, you want to say no anyway.
What I wanted to ask you, answered all my questions right there, John. I heard a rumor about no comments.
Yeah, you really don't want to be making content for kids anymore. I'm curious to see what's going to happen for like toy channels, Lego channels, and stuff as it progresses. But yeah, for us in RC, I think mostly our demographic is like 30 plus anyway, so we're okay as long as the algorithm doesn't start detecting it as like kids' toys. That's what I'm concerned about. But we can always try and appeal it if they do.
30 plus boys and girls.
Yeah, my
just because you say that is not for kids doesn't mean that YouTube doesn't think that it is for kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they said in that letter that they're going to have some growing pains. It's going to be like back when the demonetization stuff started, where we were getting yellows all the time. It's probably going to be that type of thing where we'll have to go through that again for a little while, but we'll see.
Yeah, and I took down my video of last week. I took it down.
Oh, the bullshit? No bullshit?
Yeah, no bullshit here or whatever. I guess YouTube did not like my title, and they did not like us saying that word too often. So they says, no, you cannot monetize this, but you can still have it on your channel. And just because that kid thing is coming, and I just don't want any trouble with YouTube, I just took it out. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's the other thing, is that even though we're saying we're made for adults, they still don't want us to swear because that's not ad friendly. So yeah, we are being censored. Oh well, that's what you got to do if you want to make a few bucks.
You check if it's rated R, not PG-13. It's rated R.
I don't think.
What I find crazy is how many kids are going to log on to YouTube and create an account to actually comment. They're usually using the parents' account to actually do this.
Yeah.
So I don't see how they're going to block people or block things. So it's weird.
Just check this box if you're 18 or older. That's all they got to do is check the box.
Yeah. True.
John, are you going with that build you were working on?
Pardon? Yeah, I'm starting on my TLR again. I was gonna build the shocks tonight since I'm sitting here. I haven't worked on it in a long time. So, yeah.
You got a new camera there?
What's that?
You got a new camera?
Not really, although I haven't shown this one. I haven't made a video about this one, but this is the camera I'm using now. Yeah, it's a few months old.
Which one is that? I know it's a Canon, but
Yeah, it's a Canon M6.
ah,
Even though I didn't want to go to Canon, I did anyway, just because they got me for a good price and all the lenses that I can fit on it. I have mentioned it in a couple of videos, but I haven't made a video about this setup yet.
The DSLR lens don't fit on that camera, do they?
Yes, they do.
Oh,
They do
actually
with an adapter. Yeah, I'm using the same adapter that Scottzilla has on his. He has an M50, I believe. Same setup, same lens setup. You can adapt them. Like a couple of my latest running outdoor videos, the WL Toys running outside video was with this camera, but with a wide angle lens. So it kind of looks like a GoPro, but it's way better quality than a GoPro. So that's fun. You worried
Is
about
that the new one
what's that?
that you're talking about?
Yeah.
Is that the new one that you're talking about that you did with this camera?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, look like you really enjoyed the Gazoo racing truck there, the F1 type car. I mean,
New racing F1.
the Gazoo there, the Toyota Gazoo.
Oh yeah, on the track. Yeah, it was really good on the carpet track. Really good.
Yeah, and some people really enjoyed it. Also, looks like you were talking to them, and some people were liking it. It would be cool if they did a class like that, a stock class, just like the truck did. That'd be cool.
It moved
I
around.
said I can run it with F1 cars, but I'm not sure that I'm going to.
Will they let you run it with F1 cars?
He said he will. Yeah.
Right. But those F1, they're boosted up. They have a special motor. They don't have the silver can.
Yeah, I would need to put a 25.5 motor in my car for it to be legal to run, and then as soon as I do that, I can race it with the F1 cars.
That's cool.
I'm not sure I'm going to do it. I don't really know if I feel right about doing that, since I'm like closed wheel, different type of tires. Everything's very different, but it's the same chassis. So he's cool with it because it's the same chassis, but I already have too many cars I'm running. I don't need to run 4 classes.
Yeah. Well, like you were saying, it's not going to be fair for the F1, especially when you hit a wall or you hit somebody else. Their car is going to go flying. Yours is going to stay there because the wheels are covered.
Yeah. Yeah.
I found that was an interesting comment when you actually mentioned that on the video.
Yeah, and the sidewall of the F1 cars are quite a bit wider, so they'll grab onto the track a little bit differently. So yeah, I don't really think I should race with him, but he said he'd let me if I wanted to.
Cool.
PCXRC is talking about the monetization for kids, that you can't use targeted ads. Yeah, the way they word it is they say you can't use personalized ads, or there's no personalized ads on the kid content. I don't know what that means exactly. It means you're going to earn less, but I don't think it will mean you earn nothing.
Most of the gaming channels anyways are games, violent games and things like that, so they're all over 13 years old anyways for you to play them.
Mm-hmm.
So there is kids playing them, but
I feel like I'm giving the Brad camera look. Go closer.
There you go. There you go. That's it.
tomorrow I'm gonna get my Firefox and I'll go pick up the video from Arma and try to see frame by frame to see if I can see a little bit more of that Arma truck in the dust.
Man, you're wasting your time.
Really there's one frame that's a silhouette, and that's pretty much it.
Oh yeah, so there's a lot of people that actually did that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People out there.
Yeah, just like at the beginning, you see the spoiler at the back. So it is actually not a crawler. It is something big. I think it's something big when I look at the ground. And then you have near the dust, near the end, you see it come out of the dust. But there's a lot of there's your shadow.
Pretty much the two best shots is that first one and that one.
Okay.
And yeah, it definitely looks like it's just a big Kraton, which
Yeah,
I'm
it
not
does.
too excited about myself, but it seems like
Yeah,
it's
I'd say so.
when you look at the forums, some people are like super excited and other people are meh, just because they didn't want a wing and they wanted it to be a monsters truck style.
I heard some people say it could be 6S or 8X. I don't think they're going to make the mistake like Traxxas and put a 6S in it.
Oh, that would be crazy if they did. No, it's,
Mhm.
I think it'll be 8.
Yeah, they already got a 6S lineup.
Right.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be 8 also.
In that picture that they
Especially if
showed,
it's a 1/5. It's like the big one.
do the current 8th scale Cratons have the body savers that were shown in that? Not the 8th scale. Do they have the body savers that were showed on that blue picture that Claire put out with the X-Max?
Not
Because
that
those look pretty legit.
Yeah, I don't think they do because I don't.
No, that's definitely new.
Right. So I think it's a real picture.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it's a prototype as well. I'm thrown off by what you can see through the windows, which is like there's no brace, there's no chassis brace, which I think is odd.
Yeah.
Why does everybody want such big RCs in the first place?
I think they just want to have a smackdown on the X-Max, really.
I think so too.
If they get any bigger, they're not going to fit in the back of my Mazda anymore.
I need a bigger trunk.
You're gonna need a trailer.
Yeah.
Just have to race them at home.
Yeah.
Might as well get the Raminator.
Yeah,
There you
really.
go. Yeah.
Well, it's going to be a problem with a lot of them. Like, they're getting bigger and bigger. Where the hell are you going to carry them around? Like, you know?
I saw Tanks and Trucks put up a picture of that. You guys are looking for an X-Max killer? Here it is. He had like an X-Max on top of a Raminator.
And the X-Max look pretty small.
It did look very small, yeah.
In fact, that thing weighs what, 50 pounds? 80, I believe.
80, I think.
Yeah.
Or something.
I knew it was up there.
Yeah. When you see Aaron from RC Sports driving over the X-Max, like the X-Max is tiny when he shows it.
Yeah.
Probably one of those vehicles you got to see in person to really get the feel for how big that thing really is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see they just released a video there. They just added rear wheel steer for it or something. So
Nice.
yeah, I've seen them out in the parking lot testing it out.
RC Master thinks we're all being duped, and it's really going to be an 18th scale because the shadows didn't look right in that blue picture.
Oh, I'm sure they modified it.
Sure, there were shadow issues.
I'm sure they modified the frame. I'm sure they went frame by frame and they like blurred it out and all that. So
You might have been talking about the shadows in the picture that Claire showed of that
Okay.
prototype one, because I was looking at the shadows around the tires too, and there was like one that looks kind of weird, but I don't know. It could have just been like pixelation of the picture.
Strange lighting locations or
Yeah.
okay.
I think
There's a drama about that picture too. People got upset and were being blamed for being the leak and all this and that, and then it all got taken off the internet.
Oh yeah.
I think ARM is just having a laugh right now. And they're going to release something completely different.
Wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah.
I'd be happy if they release something different because I really don't want it to have a wing or be another truggy.
Yeah.
I tell.
But who has a large scale truggy in the market right now?
Hey Tony, what's up?
How's it going, guys?
Well, yeah, it will be unique, I guess, to have a
Well,
full-scale truggy. No one has.
You mean
one.
larger than 8 scale?
7th
Yeah.
scale?
I got something to get excited about. Look at this. Revo has a new color, purple. How exciting is that?
Wait, their 16 scale has a red, white, and blue, don't they?
I don't know. It just says.
Oh, that
new
is
color.
a 16
Yeah, 16s
scale.
did
So
get some new colors.
I thought it was different. I'm
Yeah.
colorblind apparently.
Well, they got a
And a
blue,
new X-Max or a new UDR
There's a
color
few.
too, with
The
lights.
UDR looks
Yeah, that
awesome
blue.
though. The UDR
Well, it
Look.
does.
really good in blue.
Hopefully they start sponsoring desert racers or something.
They already
If they're
have
gonna-
them.
Come
though.
on.
They've got
Do they?
their own
Run is-
Traxxas ones, yeah.
I'll change the page. I'll refresh
Nice.
the page, and we'll see how many colors there is. I think there's more than one colors for the 1/16th Revo.
I know they have the
Yeah,
stadium trucks.
I think the nicest body for the UDRs. Do you ever see the Red Bull body?
Yeah, I
The
think
Red Bull is really nice.
Mhm.
Yeah, I like the included light kit too. That's nice.
Yeah. So I realized I was trying to do the money thing on the Capra thing and how the money is there, but then I totally forgot that they don't come with tires.
Exactly. The
Yeah.
tire.
So straight away in tires, you make back so much of that money.
Yeah.
Because I'm
Yeah.
like, man, people will sell the servo, they won't make anything on that thing. The dig servo is what, $8, $10. That's not a big deal. Most people are not going to use the controller. All the people I'm trying to think of the people that bought the kit, like, would they miss out if they bought an RTR like me? I would probably cut out all the electronics and try and sell them away to make back that money. But I just had somebody build it for me. But yeah, like I wouldn't want their speed controller or motor, servo. The dig is fine because it's the one I bought, the dig servo. But
So you
It's gonna
tested
be a
RTR,
brush-
right?
It's
For
going
a
to be a
couple
brushed
videos.
system. It's going to be a brushed truck anyways, and it's for crawling. So I don't see why you need to upgrade it. The ready to run should come with a pretty capable.
if you've ever driven an Axe system, it's like
yeah, I know what you mean.
I like
it's
the
money.
This is the premium stuff. You can't go back now.
It's money, man. Like I've never had something so awesome.
Yeah.
And mine's only 1200 kV, so it's dog slow, but it's just like smooth on there. It's just like you could go like 0.01 miles per hour over stuff, and it just looks so good.
Right. I
But-
do have an Axe system, which I got to put on my Red Cat Gen 8, which I haven't even touched yet. That's a winter project. So
Which one do you have? 1800 kV?
the
other number?
Where is it? Somewhere. I got the 10 shock. It's not the one you're seeing, but it's supposed to be a very good one. This one, anyways. 1750.
Okay.
1750 10 shock.
Okay.
This one is supposed to be a very good one also.
Nice. I wanted that range in there, the 1800, but they just were all sold out everywhere.
Okay.
It's winter with you now anyway, Tank, no? So it's time to start half of them projects again.
True.
Well, yeah, we're pretty snowed in already. I'm
Oh yeah.
pretty annoyed.
Yeah, a lot.
My problem at work, government year end is March. So January, February, March is my busiest time of year, and I sometimes do overtime. But that's what I like about coming here in the basement is I completely change. So I forget work and I start working on these things. So I gotta come back here, and instead of sitting on the couch, I gotta come back down here and start working and just clearing my mind of work. So that's why I do this hobby.
Yeah, that's it. Serenity.
Yeah.
Did you guys see 11 Charlie's giveaway video?
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh, the thumbnail looked like a pretty happy guy.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, he did.
It's pretty awesome.
That was a
Yeah, the
sweet
guy was
video.
happy, that's for sure.
The body on that thing is really nice.
It
Yeah,
looked
the paint
good.
job on it, yeah.
Oh yeah, Johnny Rain's done an awesome job on that body.
Yeah, that was great.
But I just have to wonder if the people that don't know about RC, don't know about RC Reigns and Johnny Reigns or whatever, and know about, like, when you're giving him a brand new RC that looks old, what's their thought? Like, why are you giving me this old thing? Is that what they're thinking? Because they don't know this industry.
Yes, if you don't know, you might think it's crappy when it's really awesome.
No, I think so many people think, I mean, because of Gas Monkey Garage, having the old school beater with the, you know,
Hopefully.
you lacquer in that rust, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Poly that thing over.
It gives it character. But for somebody that, like, if I bet you, if
I don't think
you
they
showed him a
I don't think
TRX
they get how much went into it, but I
Yes.
think they still think it looks cool.
Yeah.
But if you showed him a TRX4 brand new out of the box, all shiny, and showed him the one that Johnny Reigns does side by side, which one would a newbie, I'm talking about a newbie guy here that never seen this or know the industry, which one would he pick? That's what I wonder.
Depends if they're a car guy or not.
Yeah.
I would choose the rusted one.
Yeah, at least you would be thinking it was broken and you know it's working. You know.
Well, I know it's brand new and it's just painted that way. So
yeah,
you could. It's you buy the
because
wheels.
it's a
and things
plastic
like that,
truck,
yeah.
so it's not rusted.
Yeah.
I watch those Johnny Reigns videos, and I never know what the finished product is gonna look like.
yeah.
Like, why is he using those colors? What's he doing?
Yeah.
Hey guys, how you guys doing?
Hey.
Hey, I'm Charlie. What's up?
Hey.
Can't
We were
talk
just
about
talking
it. here
of.
anymore.
Yeah, I'm always
Yeah,
listening. Thank you guys. It was an awesome day.
That's it.
It was,
Speak heavily shirt up here, huh?
yeah. It was an awesome day, man. And to answer that question, yeah, we spent like an hour explaining everything to the veteran.
Okay.
That all the money that it went to, all the effort in building that. Johnny Rain spent about 8 to 9 hours doing that body.
Oh, nice.
And so all that stuff. So he is in the hobby, into rocket stuff like that, but not into RC. So at least he's in the hobby in a way,
Yeah.
Yeah, he's been into a hobby shop before.
Yes.
Yeah.
He knew about Traxxas.
Yeah.
And when we asked him, because when I do that, I always try to, I like to look at people, how they act, and so we spent there since it was an event for veterans, so it was a bunch of nonprofit organization support for them. So we were there since 10 o'clock.
Oh,
Nope. You froze up.
So
you fell asleep right in the middle of the sentence.
I did.
Yeah.
There, you're
my
back.
bad, my bad. So we spent some times, looking at his. When I saw him, I knew that was the guy, like the first giveaway. So I told Daniel, I think that's him, bro. So we started looking at his how he was reacting, all this stuff, just details, man, details. And until I sat down next to him and start talking to him. And we were stationed in the same base, Fort Hood, Texas, around the same time. I never knew him. A lot of people don't know Fort Hood is the biggest U.S. Army base in the world. So there's a lot of soldiers there. So like I said, we started talking to him, all that stuff, blah, blah, blah. And then say, do you have a hobby? Because he had a back surgery recently. and so he's disabled. He cannot work. Plus, he suffered from PTSD, all the other stuff, bro. So that's when I asked him, so what you doing, man? No, I cannot work. Do you have a hobby? And I said, well, I'm into the rocket stuff like that. That's most of the time my money goes to. Do you know about RC cars? Yeah, I know about Traxxas. A buddy of mine, fellow veteran, he's in Wisconsin. He does a bunch of stuff. I'm always looking to his video. And so we talked there about an hour. I said, man, I got something for you. So can do you mind walking with us? And so he got up and we went to the car and we did the giveaway. He was real excited, man, real excited. And what I like about this one is local. So he's gonna run with us. We're gonna do some trailing, some crawling with him, so he will understand all this stuff. So I think it was a perfect day.
Cool.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was a
so
good video.
at least this time to get some follow up and some feedback.
Yeah. Yes, man. So we're very, very excited about that.
Plus, be able to see how your build's running.
Hmm?
You'll be able to see how your build's running out, out on the trail too.
I know, bro. I know.
To be able to see that Johnny Rain's bus fumbled on a rock.
Okay. I'm gonna be like,
Right. Let me help you over that mud.
Yeah.
Do you want to drive mine and I drive yours?
It's a learner vehicle.
So in the chat, I just put the link to 11 Charlie's video, the giveaway when he gave it to the veteran. So if you guys want to look at that, go right ahead.
Thank you, Frank.
But remember, if you go look at it, don't forget to come back here and thumbs up this video.
Yeah, wait after the live chat.
Yeah, just bookmark it.
Yeah, barbecue wants running footage.
Cool.
Oh, we were in Barbecue's house today, man. He has add more stuff to his crawler course. Oh, it's awesome, man. We had a blast.
Oh yeah. Cool. So you have a bunch of people that's close to you then.
Thank God. Yes, we have. Well,
Voodoo
yeah.
was with you. Barbecue.
Yes, we have Barbecue, RC crawlers. He's down in Kissimmee, about 40 minutes. We're gonna go there on Saturday. There's a bunch of people here close to us. Yes.
Well, every time you talk about Bobby, you never mention anything about barbecue.
Ain't no barbecue on the barbecue. Well, bro, he did some awesome sauce right here.
That's nice.
Yeah, man.
For the Capra, bro. This guy, man, barbecue, man. I appreciate all your stuff you do, brother.
Yeah, that looks awesome.
Is that a vinyl? Is that painted?
It's painted. It's painted with stickers and some other stuff he did.
Cool.
So
No, that's for the Capra?
For the Capra, yes.
Cool. Did a good job, that's for sure.
Yes, he did.
So when are you gonna get it out of the box?
It's still there, man. How long has it been there? A month already?
Yeah, that paint job he done is amazing. No,
I want to be done with this giveaway stuff like that, yeah, I need to start it because probably next week or following week we're gonna start the one for December. Thanks to Tony, we got a Traxxas kit in the way from JJ Customs.
Awesome.
He's sponsoring us, so he's giving us some awesome prices. So we got and Johnny Rain already did the body, so he's gonna be mailing it to us next week.
That body looks awesome too.
Super cool.
I know, right? It looks awesome. So thank you, Tony, brother.
Yeah, man.
So we're gonna be doing another giveaway in December. So we're very happy, man. We were at the beginning. we were trying to do this maybe 2 times a week. So I mean a year, but it's looking like we're gonna do once a month, hopefully. You know, so
Wow.
we are very very excited, man. Very excited.
Really?
Yes.
Cool.
I'm divvying all my stuff up into little plastic baggies.
Doing over
Okay.
there, Tony? I don't see
You're distributing, Tony?
I got all these send upgrades, and I'm trying to get to.
Okay. I was going to say divvying stuff in the plastic baggies could be
I know, right?
misinterpreted.
But they all, I mean, I have so many of them. They sent me like every upgrade part for all 3 cars.
Wow.
That's awesome.
But you have to look on the packaging, and they tell you like this is a 275 wheelbase. So everything's based on their wheelbase, which is great that they go ahead and just write that right on here, so you can see the part number, but you also know what truck it fits. So these are the nicer center U joints. So it's a drive shaft, but it uses a U joint style instead of the way that it came with, which I think was double dog bone before. So it gets rid of the dog bone, and it just U joints right into the to one of them, the axle or to the transmission. But there's lockers in here for everything, which could go into any of the cars, but they've got metal lockers for all the center locker, front or rear. They've got them in both heavy and lightweight. It's pretty cool. They've got quite a bit of hop ups for them.
Some wrenching to do.
Yeah, I'm trying to get it all organized so that I'm more willing to do it.
Just to get into Zoom, just click on this link, and it should open up the app or open up the web page to actually join in. That's what you have to do, either to join in tonight or to join in on Steve-O's chat tomorrow.
So Tony, did you get a bunch of those carbon parts that they had? Like they had frames and everything for those trucks, didn't they?
They did not make those. They were testing them out. They're not made yet, like the race frames for them. But they do. I mean, I have aluminum links in here. I have a heavy duty diff gear set. Their diff gears are awesome. Then the metal casings for the diff. Got the aluminum diff cases. So those will go on. I'm trying to choose which stuff I'm putting on my race truck and which stuff. Like some of it, though, they only sent me like one set of it. So I've only got like one knuckle.
Okay.
So I'll have to order some more for the rears, I guess. And I think I only have one hardened diff case. So I can't do my front and rear diff case. Which is fine. I don't mind
paying for this harder anyways. The rear's going to work harder, so put it in the rear.
Oh, I'm going to put it on the rear because, yeah, landing and jumping and backflipping, that's the one that tends to, the way that they're built, it does, if that flexes a little bit, the way that the gears are run in there, I can't think of what it's called, the way that they actually have it set up, that the gears work. There's a name for that type of a diff, but I'm blanking right now. And so it's really tough, but the problem is if you hit weird, it might flex that plastic casing, and that's when you get into trouble. So when you put these metal diff cases on, it makes a big difference. I did order something I think you'd like though, Tank. I ordered up that Charisma, the 1976 F-150, the 24 scale one.
Okay.
I've been looking at it since they announced it.
Yeah, it looks nice. The orange one.
I don't know. I think the blue. They didn't have any choices. It was literally like the only place you could get it was from their website, and there was 14 left. And I think they were blue.
Which one was it? The 24 scale?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I think they only did blue ones in the 24 scale.
Yeah. So anyway, it looked cool, and I've been loving this axial deadbolt one. So way better than the ECX one I had, and yeah. So I'm hoping that the Charisma one is more like this
I
one.
hear that.
So if the Charisma one handles like this, it'll be awesome. But the videos I've seen of it doesn't look that.
Is it warm drive?
It is worm drive. This one is. The axial. I don't think
Right. Is the Charisma?
I don't think so. It looked bouncy.
Yeah, you may be disappointed then, because
Yeah.
the ECX is junk.
Yeah, this one's awesome. I wanted the Jeep one, but they weren't out, and I heard they weren't. It was going to be a little while before they came out. And I know that these are sold out most places, but my hobby shop had them. They had like 2 of them, so I just decided to grab one, and I'm loving it. I'm driving all the time. I bought an extra battery for it.
Yeah,
Ordered it,
cool.
came in the mail. But
Barbecue
Okay.
is saying something about the video, my last upload with the hydraulic lift, the fake hydraulic lift with the servos.
Yeah, that's
That
cool.
was
Servos.
cool.
So that was cool. That was a really neat truck, the way the guy built it. So I just put the
Yes.
link up if anybody missed it, they want to go see it. It's interesting how he did that. And
Worth watching.
Yes.
Very cool.
I was thinking maybe I should try that with the TTO1, but with the TTO1 it might be a little hard, but I'll look into it. I got lots of room underneath the
Oh,
body.
guys, I'm gonna jump up here. I just wanted to come in and say hi to everybody.
Yeah, man. Good to see you.
All right, Steve. Good seeing you, mister.
Tomorrow night.
Yeah.
Take it easy, Steve.
You guys.
Get feeling
Yes,
better.
Steve.
Oh, man.
Get
Yes,
well.
Steve. Feel better, brother.
Later.
Them 124s though, Tony, you could probably do the body from like a 124 builder's kit, like a model kit or something, no?
Yep. And what I've seen, like Kevin Talbot's been doing, is he's been taking the little monster trucks and putting them on, and actually the wheels too off of the different monster trucks. You can get the actual like die cast ones that are in the stores for like $10.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks
Yeah,
really cool.
I was just watching one of them videos just before this come on. Looks pretty
Yeah.
pretty.
Yeah, with all the cold, settling in up north, I could see more people driving them, and that's why I want to test a few out. And I think I'm going to try the Hobby Plus just and have some. And you just got that 18 scale, right, Scott?
Yeah.
How do you like it?
I've never driven a crawler before, but I'm pretty amazed with the thing. It kind of blows my mind on what it can do.
You have it on
I
hand?
expected it to be more like a toy, but it actually can do a few things.
Is it there behind you?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're a little like
So who's those? What brand are those?
they're Hobby Plus.
Okay.
So Hobby Plus used to be, well, there's a couple guys that formed it after, I think Helion and them went down. I think he was with Helion, and then with all of the, what was the name of the V car and all that, and so then they went and started this Hobby Plus.
Well, those are fairly new vehicles. They just come up with a upgrade, which I haven't been able to find the part number. I mean, I have the part number. I haven't been able to find the part. So then it gets rid of when you turn the wheel, the car tips over, and when you push up a wheel and it turns automatically.
Uh-huh.
So I want to see if I can get that. And I'm thinking about maybe some better shocks. One of mine's is sticking already. I don't know anything about friction shocks. I've never dealt with that before.
Oh, the friction on the 18 scale too?
Yeah.
There's probably something oil filled that would fit that. I wonder what.
Yeah.
But
You
yeah,
could
they've
always
got
put
a
a little
couple
oil in
cars
there just to
coming. I
lube
know
everything
that.
up too.
Yeah, they've got some 24 scales that are for sale now. They're working with Cross RC USA to distribute them in the US, so you can buy them on the Cross RC website. But they've got like a monster short course truck that's coming out that's already turned monster wheels and stuff. People do that to them. So
Yeah.
those guys that went from that are coming out with some new stuff. I think it's called like the Grenade or grenade,
Oh
but
yeah.
it's A.
Now, from Charisma, how much was that little pickup truck, that 124th US? How much do they sell it for?
Oh, that's the killer part. It's more expensive than the Axial. It's
Yes.
120, and then you have to pay shipping from. I think actually it ships through Asia Tees, but it's not the ordering process. So I got an
Okay.
email saying I had stuff coming from Asia Tees, and I'm like, what the crap is this? You know, like, and then I realized, oh, this is probably that order from Charisma. I
Well,
paid $30 to have it shipped, the week-long shipping, to get it in early.
Look into it because this one's 69. So your price is going to be a heck of a lot cheaper. And this is in Canada, so it might be a little closer to you. This is at CanadaHobbies.ca.
They have it there.
They
Nice.
have this one, 169.99, and they also have the Brat, Subaru Brat. I like this one.
The Brat is awesome looking.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't mind any of their 24 scale looking trucks.
Looks cool.
That one there too, with clear body and everything. That's cool.
That's 110.
Oh, that's the big one, yeah. So that's 169. That's Canadian.
169.99 Canadian.
Yeah. I can't get the
So
Charisma
your
shop.
price is going to be a little lower. But I like this car, the Lotus X Siege. That thing looks killer.
That's the new one that they just announced, I
This
think.
one?
Yeah, that's that special edition, yeah, or no? No, that's not it. They have a new one that they just announced
There's
today.
another one here.
A special edition one that's their
I'll
they
check
say
it
their
out.
greatest car ever. But it wouldn't be in the hobby shop yet.
Cool.
So I think the shipping though from the Charisma was, I think it's like $5 to $10 for 1 week to 8 weeks or 6 weeks. They don't say.
Okay.
I'm like, man, I'm not gonna do that. So I paid the 1 week shipping, and it was like $30. So it was $150. It was not a cheap 124 scale.
Okay.
So, but I looked. There's no videos on them. Like two.
Yeah. 169.99 Canadian would cost US to you 128 US.
Okay. And then I'd have to ship it. So it's about what I probably paid. It's probably close.
Pretty close.
So
John, you blew out a tire on that thing? Two tires?
Actually, that just reminded me because Vaz was saying that he blew out all of his beads. I don't think so, but I've only run it tamely on 2S so far.
I've run mine a bunch. I haven't blown any out. So
Might have just got a bad run or something, but
yeah, one of the other guys said he blew his out as well. Ryan Reynolds.
Mine seem okay.
Now, how do you like that truck compared to Arma?
I've only driven it once. Yes. So I really like it, but it's also my first experience with AVC, and I don't like the AVC.
Of course, because you're used to driving the car and having control of the car.
Well,
running with
I'm
AVC.
used to TSM. Like TSM 50% doesn't seem nearly as aggressive as 50%. Because AVC also tames down the throttle as well, and the traction stuff doesn't push the throttle.
The punch on that seems pretty low too, though, out of the box.
Yeah, I gotta program it a bit more. I want to set my endpoints and stuff. I also find the trimming is a little bit weird. So far, the only kind of things I don't like about it is the based on the receiver, because the trimming of the receiver and the AVC stuff is a little foreign to me, but the rest of it, I love it.
Yeah.
So I just put the risers into the battery tray now, so I'm going to run a 3S in it, and I just tried to put the smaller pinion on. Already stripped out the pinion screw, so I can't change it easily. So whatever, I'll run it with the big gear.
Oh, I hate when that happens.
See if I blow it out. So I just added some heat sinks on the motor, just for something. So
Yeah.
it's also super cold and snowy out. So
Yeah.
You
hopefully
should
it
have.
You,
should be
you need
okay.
paddle tires on that.
I was gonna say it'd be sweet with paddle tires on it.
I do have short course paddle tires, so we can certainly do that. That's the other thing I liked about this thing is that it uses short course tires and rim size, so I have lots of that stuff.
But it handles like a buggy.
Yeah, it handles way better than a short course truck.
Yeah, it doesn't float.
Yeah, no, I really like this thing. I think its value for money is really good. I don't like the servo, and that the receiver's kind of really like weird to me.
Really?
But,
like it doesn't program right for you, or?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, like I don't really like how you can't really trim it out normally. It's because it's all like it smart calibrates every time you give it power.
Oh yeah.
At least that's my experience with it. So I just gotta get used to it. I have a plane like that, and I never liked that plane, so I might end up swapping out that receiver. We'll see.
Yeah, I definitely felt like the servo was underpowered and slow.
The servo is very slow.
Yeah.
And that reminds me, I also need to tighten up the bell cranks, because the servo bell cranks are very soft. Like I can easily overpower the steering system by just.
Perfect.
Anyway, but for a platform, I really like this thing.
Yeah, you'll notice that the body doesn't close as easily now that you have that extra riser on. It actually hits, so you gotta fold it away.
But it also hits the rear motor leads too.
Oh, really?
You have to like kind of, I don't know. Yeah, you kind of got to spread it as you close it down if you don't want it to touch anything.
Yeah, still easier than having to put on normal body, but
yeah,
or manage it. I like that color though. The paint doesn't stay well on those rims though. You have to keep like a red paint pen.
I've already scraped. Yeah, the front one already has a big chunk out of it.
Yep. I feel like using a regular paint pen would have held up better. Because we paint ours all the time, the bead locks on the monster trucks and all that, and it holds pretty well with the Walmart paint pen or whatever.
Yeah, it does seem very, very easy to chip off for some reason. But I feel like they've set this thing up suspension-wise almost perfect.
You've taken it on the racetrack? Where did you test it?
Just in my yard, really, just ripping around.
Okay.
Took some jumps.
So you haven't taken it to any racetrack or anything to test it on there?
No.
Okay.
That'd be interesting though.
I like Tony's video where he took it out to the jump track. That was pretty cool. BMX thing.
His BMX track.
Oh yeah.
That's where you break a lot of cars, hitting trees.
Break a ton of cars there. But the spot I found for where I ran this was awesome. I never go over there, but I didn't want to take this one off the big jumps. Like that's not what it's meant for.
Okay.
And so I don't think it is, at least. I mean, I look at it and I don't think I should launch as big as I can off of a BMX jump, but maybe you can. I just, I don't want to break all the frame rails and all that of it, if you land upside down. So I just want to drive it good. And so I found a spot that was more wide open and I could just kind of do laps.
Cool. Hey, Blacksmith RC, how are you doing? Like RC Master having problem with the channel. He says he's got to delete it instead. So I'm not sure what's going on with that.
His whole YouTube?
Yeah.
No, Google account is saying or something. So. Google account.
I didn't know that Komodo had a new one.
Komodo had a new one also?
Isn't that what he's working on?
Yeah, G-Mate, yeah.
And that's the double cab, yeah. It's actually a pretty cool kit,
yeah, I think we talked about that kid a while back, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
I was waiting on it forever to get to the States, like, but it finally got. So,
Yeah, I remember
like
that.
a taken motor in there, like too.
Man, it looks like that motor's sitting up high.
It's actually the whole. It's actually not that much higher than the battery tray. Like
Okay.
the whole gearbox is right down low.
Okay.
Like, chassis too, like so.
Yeah. It looked worse when it was on the table. Now it doesn't look as bad.
Yeah, it's actually not. It's a big taken motor
Okay.
sticking up. I hate the way they get you to do the I hate the way they do all the things first.
Mm-hmm. What are the weights on there? You said it had that weight box. Is that to counter the weight of the motor?
Yeah, I think so.
Offset?
No, it's actually on the same side as the motor. I think it's the counter the weight of the battery or something like that.
Yeah, and you put that box is up front. That box is up front, right? You just put the weight to keep the front down.
Yeah, because everything in this is up front, like the motor, the battery, everything. The engine centered. It's a pretty decent truck, you know.
Okay.
Is there a receiver box?
Yeah, you have a receiver box here somewhere. Like,
oh, okay. Gotcha. Yep.
Receiver
That
box.
you got on the bottle cap there?
What? Yeah. Loctite.
Don't put Loctite if it goes on plastic.
Especially not to me a plastic, right, Tony?
Chrome coated plastic. Boom.
Well, it's all metal frames, metal rail, and all like stuff. It's all in the metal rails. So it's fine.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I always wanted to try their GR01 rock bouncer, rock buggy. It looks so cool. And the R1, both of them really get me as far as the look of them.
Yeah,
it looks so cool.
See, the only downfall on the R1 is the play between the gears.
Uh-huh.
It's just that's the only downside about that. But apart from that, I love mine. I used to bash it on 3S, just proper bash it.
Is there a way to shim them or no? Not the way they're set up.
No, not really. Is the play between the gears
in the transmission?
Yeah,
the mesh,
especially the dips. That's the worst part. But the new G-Mates, like the one that Sean is building just now, that comes with better gears, more durable.
Yeah, I seen actually today. Looking, you can actually buy a 2-speed transmission for this one as well. If you want, but I'll run it the way it is first.
I'm trying to find Charisma to find a different website that shows the new truck or the new car that they have, but I can't find it.
You have to go to their Facebook.
Yeah.
What car is that tank?
Tony said there was a new car.
It's a street car, on-road race car. It's what do they call it? It is the Pagani Zonda R. Only 500 pieces made. Their most realistic
supercar
body ever. Yeah, supercar. It looks like it should be painted for Speed Racer. It looks insane though.
blacksmith I see said he tried something interesting. He took an old set of tires and cut the sidewalls out of them and glued them on a cheap set of Enduro tires and said they're stiffer for side hilling
Mm.
Oh, yeah.
with soft foams. Interesting idea.
Oh, and that Ford F-150 that I said Charisma made, it's not blue, it's black and red. Because I don't remember it being blue, but I was just going with whatever they were saying.
The coolest one you showed lately is that SEMA one. Is it SEMA or Zima?
Oh yeah, it looks really cool.
Yeah,
The Sen one.
yeah, that dually.
Mm-hmm.
I think it looks sweet.
This is the one, Tony?
Yeah. Look at the top of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's that? The Zonda F or something?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh,
Or-
that's sick.
Charisma says that probably the most realistic body shell we've ever made. I should get that. My son's really going to be jealous of me.
Yeah. I don't think I would ever drive that. That would be a shelf queen.
What scale is that? 10 scale?
I have no idea.
That would be my guess.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
performance pan car, 10 scale, 2-wheel drive.
Sean has that Charisma on-road car.
Are there body posts in the front?
Oh, my internet is buffering.
No, I don't see any anyway, Tony.
I don't either.
No, I don't see the body post either.
That
That's
them
cool.
just, is that them just right by the lights? No.
Chassis looks interesting.
Does see this shock?
Yeah.
It looks like a mini Z.
Yeah.
Hinged.
Like you've got a shock here.
Oh, it's an
There's a
F1
shock
style.
here on the side, and there's another
Yeah.
on top.
Hmm.
That's very interesting.
What were you saying, John? It's F1 setup?
Yeah, it
looks
looks
very
like an
F1
F1
like.
setup,
Yeah.
Yeah.
especially in
Go
the
back
front.
to that. So are those body clips, body posts, or are those magnets? I can't tell.
It looks like small body posts,
It
but
does
I'm
look
not.
like a body post.
Look like it. Looks like body posts.
Yeah.
But it does look like an F1 setup.
Yeah.
And then this is the middle shock, but there's also shocks for the rear on each side.
Later, Rich Hammond. Yeah, I think when you see the body there, if you look just beside the headlights, you see a small little stub with
Yep.
the thing coming up like. So.
Well, even where those body posts are cut, you could even.
And there's only body posts here at the back and none in front.
There were in the first shot.
There was some on the front there. Back it up a little
I
bit.
think so.
Yeah,
I
they're
think-
on the they're on like that big sponge
I
bumper.
think it's right here.
Yeah,
Mhm.
all right, but in front of the other
Right
way.
here. This is probably where the other body post is, right here.
Tucked to the side, yeah.
No, it's not. It's out in front of the wheel, right out. If you look, there's like the big sponge bumper. It's on the big sponge bumper, like so.
Yes, at the front, I know, but I'm talking about the one in the rear.
Yeah.
Yeah, the two problems are right here. Cool.
On the bumper.
That's probably going to be an expensive kit, especially if there's only 500 made.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be like
Well, Arma didn't price theirs up that much for that.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, for the limited edition.
Outcast. Mhm. Was it 50
It
bucks more?
wasn't. Yeah. But that looks like it's a whole new body that they've created that they're only going to do 500 of.
They're saying it's their best body ever too, so it's too cheap.
Yeah. So they might charge it up.
Yeah, it'd be like that. What do you call that? The Mia Porsche Black or something. That thing's like paying money.
Mm-mm.
Barbecue said F1 car been tempting X-ray mix on.
Oh yeah. Yeah, but X-ray is so expensive. They're nice.
Yeah, they
Man, expensive. They're for racers, I believe.
top end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody talks about race cars being so expensive, and I've been looking at crawlers. It's like, man, everything for crawlers is outrageous.
Yes. By the time you're done, yes, it's $700-800 easy that you put into a crawler. Easy.
You could spend over $100 just on wheels.
You can spend 3 times that.
RC McMaster, if you have to delete it and start a new one, you have all our accounts. Just hit us up. We'll sub you back again.
A buddy here in Ottawa was working at a hobby store, and he counted all the. He had cost price, but he counted everything retail. What he put in his Wraith, there was not a part still stock on his Wraith. It had a lot of different stuff, but he spent over $5,000.
Oh my goodness.
Whoa.
Oh,
That's
shoot.
insane.
It was crazy.
Sounds like Gabriel's honcho.
I know,
He spent
right?
a lot on that honcho.
Yeah.
The thing is, you be spending 5 here, 10 there, 20 here, 5 there. When a year later,
it goes fast.
Yeah, a year later, up to 2. Oh my
That's
God.
why I don't upgrade stuff.
Yeah. Smart, Tony.
You can buy a lot more RCs if you don't upgrade.
Right now, Tony, looks like you're going to be putting axe motors in every one of your rigs.
Oh no, no! I
About
bought
24 scales with axes.
No, I'm gonna try the Holmes Hobbies Outrunner.
Okay.
So I got
that's another nice one.
Sidewinder 4.
The Outrunner is a nice one.
motor.
Yes.
Steph from the LED Wheel actually had it at the last comp. It was pretty good. It's a
Noisy.
noisy motor. It's a noisy motor though, but it's.
Yep. I'm okay with noisy.
What if it stays cooler?
Oh yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah.
No, you can't put a heatsink on it. I bet.
No. I'm trying to put it in the Capra. I don't know if I'm gonna have the room for it, but I don't know how it's gonna all fit together yet.
So when you getting your Capra?
I've had one since they came out.
Okay, but you haven't built it yet.
No, that's why I said I might sell it and get the ready to run.
And
then trade out the
At least the
electronic.
tires will work.
I have tires. I bought the exact same tires they had in the video from Pro Line.
Okay.
I got the
Hyraxes?
Yep, I got the Hyrax. I got the Dig servo. I got a nice servo for the front, and I've got that system to put in it.
Cool.
Sidewinder 4, and it's all sitting there waiting to be built.
So you have everything to assemble it. You just haven't started on it.
Yeah, it looks like a pain in the butt.
Yeah, you gotta watch out for the mistakes Axial made in the instructions.
I have the original instructions. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Blacksmith RC is saying Hobby Wing 1080 ESC. Anyone? Question mark.
Yeah, I love it, man. I use those in the veterans build, and I have one for my boys. Cause I love it.
That's what's in the Winnebago. Winnebago has a 1080.
Yeah.
Yeah, the 1080 is a great ESC. Like it comes with a program card, everything.
Actually, is that the Quick Run 1080?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I bought for the Capra, actually, because the Outrunner is supposed to go in the Rock Bouncer build.
So and you know, with that 1080 quick run, you can minimize the noise on the motor.
Yeah, like if you have a brushed motor, the hertz of the motor, the squealing noise, you can actually reduce.
Yeah, you can reduce it. Yes.
Cool.
Yeah.
Seen that on some Homes Hobby ESCs.
Yes.
Yeah, I have that in a regular brush motor for it. 27 turn basic for the Capra.
Hello, guys.
Hey.
Hey, Brad.
What's going on?
Hello.
Hey, you guys finished with the live chat?
Yes.
Yeah.
No,
I think it's still
bro.
live.
Nope. We're
Well,
live.
you know what I mean.
Ho-
Us on
Hold
the
on.
video.
No, we're still live, Brad. We're still live,
Oh,
so
I
you
did
do
not
have to
know
be
that.
careful what you're going to say.
Yeah, yeah.
I did not know that.
Okay.
Especially with the new YouTube rules.
Yeah.
Same thing with setting up a video, it seems, too.
Mm-hmm.
Problem is, I can't see what they're talking about when I go into my thing that they tell you to go into.
Yeah, we'll try to read some of it for you, well, like we usually do.
Yeah.
Oh my God, on YouTube.
Yeah.
Barbecue said he loves Home's Hobby products.
Yeah, they're nice.
Swampers.
And blacksmith.
I was trying to speak directly to Master and it's not working. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's all. Yeah, the one that I have is 21 turn.
So 21 turn? Okay.
Yeah, the 550 21 turn.
Yeah.
What's the difference between the
RC
21 and the
says-
27? What's the difference between the 21 and the 27? 6 turns?
Number of wine. Yeah, I think it's the number of wines of copper on the motor or something. But
Hey,
the
talking
lower
about
the
brush?
turns, the faster it's going to be. Less
Talking
torque.
about brush motors?
Yeah, brush motors. Yeah.
I missed the ones you can change the timing on. Not the brushed. Yep. There's not that many left of those.
Nope.
Right.
You can still find them.
Blacksmith
Home-
RC says he loves his Super Swamper tires.
The big tires.
The guy, Holmes, he probably could make some of those motors for you if you wanted.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because does he make his own motors?
I'm pretty sure. He might not do it anymore, but
Maybe he could. I remember talking to him a while back and asking him if he could make ones that are brushed that have adjustable timing. He says, yes, I can.
Yeah, he's a master. Blacksmith's also saying he likes his 550 27 turn homes.
Yes, that's a good one too.
I wish they carried those in our hobby shops to just walk in and buy.
Yeah.
They don't. Of all the brushed motors they have, I don't know why they don't have the Holmes ones. Because
yeah,
it seems like it would sell to the crawler guys that they're selling those brushed to.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And if it doesn't, they'd be able to talk the people into it. I mean, the price isn't bad on the lower end Holmes hobby ones.
yes.
mm-hmm.
You got ones that are like $15. The 540 ones.
Yeah.
I've seen $20 17 turns.
Yeah.
RC fun for a lot of crawl and brushed mortars are actually, in my opinion, a lot better than brushless.
Yeah, you don't want to take brushless for crawling.
Yeah.
Only if they have a massive turn.
The 550 is still only $20 for the.
Yes. $20. Yeah.
Yep.
With the multi-pole motors, it's getting better for brushless, I think. You get into like 7-pole motors here.
Yeah. It's
Well,
27 if you want to add the motor leads on it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Slide it on for you.
Yep. I'd probably.
I want to see 6 wine, 5 wine, 4 wine types of those brushed motors. Those were cool.
Barbecue preview that going in this will be the RX4, and I have the taken the 30 hand wine, the Pro motor in it.
Uh-huh.
So that taken setup he's talking about, it's a good setup.
Nice.
The RX4.
I'm talking like
Yeah, right. Rock 412.
I'm
Yeah,
talking like
that's what's going on this thing.
I'm talking about the 27 turn with more than double wines on it. I remember they went to 6 and quint, they used to call them.
Who did?
Yeah, those
Racers
were brushed
or
motors that can
something?
do that.
Who? Holmes?
Didn't racers used to wind their own motors and stuff, probably?
Yep.
And you had those motor lathes.
Well, that's what they're taking on. Is that taken
Hand
on
wound.
as a hand one pro, hand wine pro.
Nice.
They're smooth, like.
I know that the brush. I know the brush will never be as efficient as the brushless, but I know they can make a brush more efficient now than they could then. Just with technology.
Mm-hmm.
Well, brushless has gone a long way also, especially that
Yes.
the new brushless now. There's
Oh,
less
yes.
fogging on them, and it's just crazy what you get. But one thing you have to realize, they will draw more power. So you do have to be careful. They will drain your batteries more and faster.
The crawler though, it still seems to go forever. At least that's what I find.
I mean,
I've never run out of my 5,000 milliamp hour, but I don't do the long day stuff that you guys do either. So I usually go up for an hour or so, but I can run for an hour straight with it.
Yep.
I bet.
I mean, the brushed with the milliamps you get out of their batteries today could run easily 30 minutes, even if they're brushed now. It doesn't matter what lines they have because the milliamps are so high now. And because they're lithium polymer and lithium ions.
Okay.
That also affects efficiency.
It does.
Depending on the surfaces you're running on. Yeah.
And it all depends which ESC you're running also. Some ESCs actually draw more power than others. There's a lot of different things.
Light kits.
Light kits. Kagan was mentioning if you're running it in tall grass, short grass, the surface you're running it. So.
Snow. Puddle.
Yeah, the Recon G6 is a great test for your batteries. Every time I go there, I run out of batteries. Mind you, last year I didn't run out. I brought a lot of batteries. But every time I go to the G6, I go through maybe 3 5,000 milliamp batteries easy. So.
In one day.
You ever thought of going up to a higher?
Pardon me?
You ever thought of going up to like a 10,000 milliamp battery?
No, because I'm limited of the room space you have in the truck, but I keep the spare battery in my back pocket also. But you do have to realize when I go to G6 or an event like that, I'm actually have 2 trucks on the go. My son drive one and I drive one. So it's very quick and easy that we can go through 4 batteries in a day. Very easy. That's only 2 each. So it goes quick. But I think the biggest one I have is a 7,200 milliamp that actually fits the same size as a 5,000 milliamp.
How long does a battery like that last? Just 7,200 milliamp hours.
A little longer than the 5,000.
I would say at least 10 minutes longer. I would say at least 10 or 20 minutes longer, wouldn't it?
Oh, way more than that, especially on the brushed motor. Because of a 5,000 milliamp, if I don't go too crazy with it, I can be there for 3 hours. Therefore, a 7,500, I can be there for 4.5.
So it's like double.
Oh yeah, well, not double, but almost. It's 4.5 hours instead of 3. So.
When I did that a 1.5 battery video, and I said I needed a bigger milliamp hour because I didn't think it would make it an 8-minute main. Everybody was freaking out on me. It's like, yeah, but it's racing. It's not backyard trailing. It's a different consumption of battery.
Right. Full speed the whole time. Not the whole time, but a lot of the time.
Yeah. Swampers RC says my rigs are 9 pound, 10 pounds, and 16 pounds. That's gonna
wow. Those are heavy.
Yeah, that's gonna drain the battery.
That's really heavy. We're getting
also, a reason you don't want a huge battery put in there either.
Yeah, well, the 16, that's probably the big 1/6 scale Hummer they have.
True.
Well, that's the thing with the Capra is all you can put in there is the small packs too. Because the battery area, so it's kind of closer to like those 2S race packs.
Like
so
a short.
I'm gonna gear mine up, to run on 2S.
Okay.
I remember people said, "Oh, I remember when gas was more popular than the electrics because gas gave longer run times." Now it's the opposite.
Well, no,
Batteries
not
have
for
longer
racing.
run times.
Not for racing.
Racing, they run 45-minute mains.
For gas, yeah.
Yeah.
I
Off
thought
one
they
tank,
did that with the
off one
battery.
tank of gas, though.
No,
No.
and so we run our fifth scales. We do 10-minute mains, and they only do 5 minutes for the battery powered trucks because you go any longer than that and you're dead.
Oh yeah.
You do get to refuel on the longer gas nitro races, but usually I only think they refuel once in like a 40-minute main.
But it was
Okay.
like every 8 to 10 minutes, depending on setup.
I thought with the high milliamp packs, you can run longer than a tank of gas.
A lot of them aren't rated though for racing.
Yeah.
You have to have roar approved stuff depending on where you race.
Yeah, there's a limit to how big your battery can be, and usually hard case, which makes a size a problem.
Well, what's strange when I went to that Pro Line race, it's a roar sanctioned track, but they didn't ask you for your roar cards. They didn't do any of that stuff.
Oh yeah.
The only thing we had inspected was our tires because it was a Pro Line race, and after each heat race, you had to turn your car in, make sure you had the right tires on. But other than that, they didn't say anything about anything.
That's crazy. So anyway, you could have been running whatever the hell you wanted. Like,
You could use tire tag and everything still.
Yeah.
Your walk through the pits was super smooth. Was that on a gimbal?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. I
The
thought
one that you had the review on.
the Moza. Yeah.
Yeah.
That looked really good for your phone.
Yeah. I really like it. I don't use it enough to be able to use all of the functions out of it because I don't remember what all the functions are. In fact, me and the girlfriend went trailing last weekend, and I was on this big incline trying to bring the little tiny truck down it. And she was up on the side of this hill, like, come on, drive down. It's like, I don't know about that. And it tumbled like almost all the way down, but she couldn't ever catch it in the camera because the way the gimbal was set up. No.
Oh, right. Always going
You can
opposite.
hear it. It'll be in the video probably when I get around to editing it because it just tumbles forever. You can hear it.
Yeah, I'm always going the opposite way on the gimbal with whatever way I set up the joystick. I always seem to intuitively go the wrong way. It is a learning curve for sure.
And if you don't use like anything that you do, if you don't do it enough, it doesn't stick in the memory for me. You know.
I prefer flight controls. I want up to be down and down to be up. But
yeah.
But
and
you
there's
can
that regular setting where
on
the camera.
Osmo. I know on the Osmo you can reverse the gimbal.
They're usually
reverse it. So
I almost never use mine.
Yeah, I think the GoPro.
Just hard to put anywhere. Like, what do you do? And the other, it's so smooth if you get it down on that long stick, selfie stick at the ground for crawlers. The phone is smooth enough on its own, and it's not heavy. You know, otherwise I got to try and hold this huge gimbal. So I have two. I have the Osmo and I have one that I reviewed, and the Osmo is great, the Osmo 2, but I've used it a handful of times.
Same as me. Mine, I think mine's in the box forever.
Good for epic B-roll. Squirrels.
Yeah.
Squirrels.
John, have you tried any of them moment lenses for your phones?
No.
I haven't tried Moment. No, I have a couple of clip-on lenses for my phone, but not like a nice high-end Moment or anything like
that. Some of them moments look pretty good. Like, I was just wondering if anybody had tried them.
They are very high quality. If you have a good phone and you add a good lens like that to it, you can get some really nice looking footage for sure. But
I have an anamorphic lens from my phone.
Oh,
it looks pretty cool.
Is that the,
really
is
nice.
that,
I did on that Send video for that little Jimny. It's like super letterboxed. Everyone complained about it.
Oh, really? I didn't even know that. So that's anamorphic lenses are pretty cool for that.
Well, it gets cool flares and it's just wild. So it shoots everything compressed, you know, so you're still shooting 16:9, but then you have to stretch it out, you know, to get the aspect right. And so it's really elongated. And I chose the wrong setting as well, so that was part of the problem. So it was like really letterboxed.
Well, I thought following a trail truck around with holding the controller in one hand and the selfie stick hanging down would be easy, but I found out that I can't walk and drive at the same time. I was looking at my footage, and every time I tried to move, I guess because it wasn't even ground, I would have to like figure out where I'm walking, and then I'd look at the footage and the car just sitting there while I'm moving, you know?
Yeah.
Or you lose a truck out of your picture and not notice it.
An acquired skill for sure. Yeah.
Well, I find that when I actually strap it to that thing that Tank showed us, if I do the long selfie stick to the C clamp down, I get a whole lot more movement than if I just kind of wedge the it's more forgiving as far as movement. As you're moving the controller, the stick might not move as you're, you know, twisting here for whatever reason. Because I don't know, but when I put it on that, it definitely, I can see where it starts swinging and all this stuff that it doesn't do if I just kind of grip it around the controller, which is fine for crawling. It's just not when I'm doing bashing. It's really hard to do that.
I tried attaching the C clamp to this little Hobby Plus controller, and I could hear the controller cracking. He's like, "No, I better not do that."
Squishing the battery.
The problem is I've been using that 5R a lot, or the 5 Rugged. That has those rubber pieces, and then also has that brace on the front, and it makes it really impossible to mount to it.
Hey, Tony,
brass knuckles on the front of it.
But when you do it with that GoPro on there, man, it's smooth as butter. With that hyper smooth and it's so wide, and you're just pointing the controller. It's not on the stick. It's wicked.
That's what I was gonna
I've got
say.
some video I can't wait to show you guys with it. That's awesome.
The hypersmooth stuff came out. I haven't barely touched the gimbal since.
Yeah.
Yeah, the blacksmith said all my videos are made from a cell phone. No Apple. My normal.
I like my cell phone shoots footage, but with my GoPro, I can actually get a bigger ratio and then kind of use that to zoom in on the footage and make it look like I'm actually closer than I am.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
I got the adapter for the gimbal, so you can put the GoPro on that gimbal too. But the noise of the motors, then, like, it overworks the motors. It's crazy. You get a motor.
The balance is off, is what the problem is, probably.
Yeah.
If the motors are screaming, it's out of balance.
Nah, they're not. They're not screaming, but it just makes them like you can hear them a lot louder, like, you know.
In the footage, or
yeah, in the footage, you can hear them, like.
Oh, really?
Yeah, when you're out and about, you can't hear it, like.
I always try to put the gimbal to sleep when I want to operate the phone, just so when I'm moving it or touching it, but the girlfriend always forgets, and I can hear the motor like, no, don't do that.
Hey, Tony, I got some magnets. Wonder if it's going to hold the body. So they're kind of
you go magnet fishing.
They're friggin' huge. They're actually meant to put between two glass and hold the
hold it. Are you gonna break them up out of there? Or?
No. I only need one. The reason is my son has a hockey team, and I'm gonna cut a hockey and do the hockey this way and screw the hockey onto this and put the team banner, and so we can put it at the arena so the kids know which door to go and which locker room. It's ours.
Oh, hockey stick.
A little hockey stick.
Yeah, it's a hockey stick I'm going to put on it just to hang a banner onto it, and it's going to be stuck to the
just a short stick. Yeah, that's very cool. You see, that's quite a body magnet.
That's really cool.
So I already did a little life hack with this guy, because my son, I was filming him after he drove it the first night and asked him what he thought of it. And he was trying to be Mr. YouTube and talk about it. And so he goes to take off the pins and show inside, and he drops one of the pins in the leaves and all that. And then he tries to like kick them, thinking that would help. And I'm like, I guess probably
find a magnet, try to find it.
No, we did get a big magnet and it wouldn't find it, but it perfectly fits.
Paperclip.
Velcro.
Oh, Velcro. Nice.
Right on the ESC, sits right up at the top. And when you put the Velcro on there and the body posts go through, it locks it right down, and so you don't actually even need them.
Oh
Yeah,
wow.
That's good.
That's smart.
So
cool.
Harder than they are.
It's a hinged body that flips up.
yeah, it's hinged. It's super cool.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, it is a nice design.
So it's hinged. It's really cool. The little driver's head moves. For what? They're 109.
Yeah.
It's pretty slick. You know, I haven't had a 124th that functioned as well as this before, so
Cool.
I'm kind of excited about it. Well, even when we were talking here, I was just driving around a little bit just for fun, driving it over all the packages I was throwing on the floor for the send stuff. Little piles I was climbing over.
It comes with a 2S.
Yep. And I just bought another one. It was, I don't know, $14 or something. I don't know. Something like
What
that.
type of car are you talking about?
What type of what?
Axial 24 scale.
Yeah.
Crawler.
The SCX 24.
Did you know that the Mini Zs from Kyosho come in front, rear, and all-wheel and four-wheel drive?
Yep.
I haven't seen a front-wheel drive one. I just heard about them.
They have buggies as well.
Yeah.
Open wheel. Interesting.
Yeah, they
Yep.
started making new ones. I thought the Mini Zs were down for a while, and then they came back with them.
No.
I saw the monster truck ones that you had. Or maybe that wasn't a Mini Z, that silver one that you got.
I do have that. It's one of the motor wires came off the ESC or something like that, or some wire needs to be soldered. But simple thing. I don't know. I haven't done it yet. But yeah, no, they're cool because I think the hobby shops, it's really hard to fund a big track and make the money for having such a big building.
And the
They're not
Mini
cheap.
It's a lot easier.
Scale.
It's a lot easier to just have a small Mini Z course, or what they're doing now with even these the Mini T's coming back.
They should have Mini T's racing Mini Zs.
The Mini T's, I think there's going to be a ton of them going out the door for Christmas. The price point of that for 130, I think it is 139. Mini Z's are $200. They're not cheap. Yep.
Because they're scale. They're very scale looking.
Yeah, licensed bodies and all. Yeah.
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 That's what I like about the Mini Z's the most.
And they are intricate in the way that they can make them front and four wheel and rear wheel drive.
It's the hard bodies where the money is. The extra money on that. But yeah, so 139 is what the Mini T's going for 18th scale. I think for Christmas they're going to just fly off the shelves.
The Mini Z's are 124th, correct?
Yes. Or 125th, I think they actually call them.
1/4 scale. No, not 1/4 scale. 1/25th scale, I guess.
I know when we were racing the indoor 18th scale cars, this guy showed up with a Mini Z and he was quick in that little tiny car.
Man, yeah. The souped up ones and how they keep them. It's like watching the on-road guys, how they're just like
You get
like a slot car. You think
it's like Tron.
Slot cars, you know?
There's a new Tron movie coming out, by the way.
Oh, nice.
There's a new Tron movie coming out again. But the Mini Zs, you can get brushless motors for them. I know that. A little brushless motor.
All sorts of aluminum hop-ups.
Yeah, I bet you those are doing like 30 miles an hour with brushless motors.
I'm thinking about getting a Gen 8 pack. A Red Cat.
You're going to be crawling now.
I like it.
What is your thing, Scott?
Builder's kit.
We converted Scott over.
He's a crawler.
Hang out with the buddies.
The pack is nice.
It's really relaxing to go out crawling. It's completely different than racing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It can still be just as competitive.
Well, I don't know about competitive. I'm just in the backyard.
Course building is pretty addictive too.
But you know, going out and bashing or racing is completely different than crawling. And I'm
just do it, Scott. Do it, Scott.
The only time they bash with crawlers is when they're trail riding because they can go fast through some of the trails, and therefore that would be bashing.
Christmas is right around the corner.
That's what I think. I'm gonna buy myself something for Christmas. I probably only get socks from mom.
Olga might like one too.
Yeah, I don't think I can afford two.
But she could drive you and try it out.
Because I was gonna buy those Hobby Plus ones. That was the plan. I was like, man, for two of them, that's kind of a little bit of money. So thanks to Denali and Steve O'D for helping me out on that. And we're enjoying it. I'm actually pleasantly surprised.
How about crawling?
Yeah. I've always been into fast stuff and racing, and it's really interesting to find something it's so relaxing and fun at the same time.
Yeah.
So it's way more relaxing than racing or bashing, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Well, there's challenging too. So there's there's that challenge aspect of it that's fun.
Yeah, yeah.
I didn't think it would be. I was like a basher, and I'm like, that's why I bought the Yeti. I'm like, at least I can still bash it. And then it was terrible at crawling. And then when I actually got a real like trail truck, I was like, wow, okay, this is cool.
I know that when you crawl, when you go through trails with the crawlers, then it's like bashing because some of the areas in the trails are fast. So that's a bashing section for them.
Well, the trail truck I have right now, I can walk faster than, so I don't know.
I've seen TFR X's going 40 plus miles an hour in second
That's
gear.
not scale.
Yeah.
That's not scale.
Yeah. 40 mile an hour crawler. What rock is he going to crawl at 40 miles an hour?
Mm-hmm.
No, he did that a straight line piece. He was just seeing if he could get it to go fast.
But you might as well buy a slice if you want to do that. Like,
Well, some of those trail trucks have gears in them, don't they, where you can shift into a high and a low, right?
yeah, but the high is still only about 10 mile an hour at the most.
Yes.
Fast paced walk.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I've seen people take the trail truck to a trail and go very fast.
I was hoping that Olga would get into this, and she really has, but she still likes to zigzag when she drives. It's kind of crazy. It's like, I figured if she was behind it and we were walking down a trail, she'd be okay, but she still does the zigzag thing. I'm like, what are you doing?
Is this the wife?
His girlfriend.
Oh, the girlfriend.
Hey, Earl Darcy, what's up?
Hey, Earl.
Hey, Alvin. How you doing, brother?
Hey, Alvin. How are you doing, man?
Anyway, guys, I'm gonna hop off. Good chatting with you.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
Well, if
We'll have a
you
little
hold on for 5 minutes, you'll see the truck I'm working on.
Later, Tony.
Oh,
I mean, John.
Because
Sorry.
we're about to say the goodbye to every night, everybody. It's 11:30, so let's do the round table and say good night to everybody. So we'll start with Toga RC.
Good night, everyone. Sleep well.
Thanks. Sean's RC Adventure.
Hey, everyone. Thanks for taking the time to stop in the Tanks chat. And we'll see you tomorrow night in Steve O'D's. Thanks for having me in.
Thank you. Green Frog RC.
Thanks for having me too, Francois. Had a good time chatting, guys.
Thanks.
You too.
Godzilla RC.
Thank you for having me as well. And we'll see you guys tomorrow night.
Brad.
Thank you for having me.
And we have Trail Critter RC that's there.
Hey guys, thanks for having me. I was trying to figure out what was wrong with my webcam, so a little late.
That's okay. We'll catch you next time.
Yeah.
11 Charlie.
Thank you for having me, Frank. Always fun with you guys. So see you tomorrow in Steve O'D's.
Thanks for jumping in. Net Cruiser RC.
Right on, guys. Thanks for watching. Remember to hit that like button before you go.
Thank you. GM's RC.
Fun time. I'll see you guys tomorrow night.
And Tony from CCX RC.
Yeah, thanks for having us on here. A lot of fun.
Cool. Thanks guys for jumping in. I appreciate you hanging out, and we'll see you tomorrow night on wow, Steve O'D's
Steve O'D's
at 9:30. Talk to you guys later. Bye.